Listen, this might hurt, but you need to hear it. You're too nice, and it's destroying your life. Yeah, I said it. You think being nice is a strength. You think helping everyone makes you a good person. You think saying yes all the time makes people respect you. But look at your life. Are you respected or are you being used? Because there's a difference, a big one. You see, being kind and being too nice are not the same thing. Kindness is strength, but being too nice, that's weakness. That's weakness. Because when you're too nice, you don't set boundaries. You don't say no. You don't stand up for yourself. You let people cross the line again and again and again and again. And every time you allow it, you lose a part of yourself, your confidence, your self-respect, your power. Dear power. You give it away freely to people who don't even value it. And the worst part, they know it. They know you won't say anything. They know you won't walk away. They know you'll keep tolerating it. So they keep taking more time, more energy, more respect, until there's nothing left of you. And you sit there feeling drained, feeling frustrated, feeling invisible, asking yourself, why does this keep happening to me? I'll tell you why. Because you allow it. That's the truth. Not because you're a bad person, but because you don't protect yourself. You don't protect your energy. You don't protect your time. You don't protect your boundaries. And in this world, if you don't protect yourself, no one else will. Let that sink in. No one is coming to save you. No one is coming to save you. No one is going to suddenly respect you. If you don't respect yourself first, respect is not given. It's earned. And more importantly, it's enforced through boundaries, through standards, through actions, not words. Because you can say, I deserve better all day. But if your actions say, I'll accept anything, people will believe your actions every time, every time. That's why you keep getting hurt. That's why people keep walking over you. That's why you feel stuck. Because you're living for others instead of yourself. You're trying to please everyone. And in the process, you're losing yourself. Listen carefully. You cannot please everyone. It's impossible. No matter how nice you are, no matter how much you give, no matter how hard you try, someone will still misunderstand you. Someone will still use you. Someone will still leave you. So why destroy yourself, trying to keep everyone happy, but if you're unhappy? Why sacrifice your peace for people who don't even appreciate it? That's not strength. That's self-destruction. And it has to stop right now. Because if you don't change, your life will stay the same. Same problems, same people, same pain. Nothing will improve. Until you do. Until you learn to say no. Until you learn to walk away. Until you learn to choose yourself. And I know that's hard. Because you care. Because you tear. Because you don't want to hurt people. Because you don't want conflict. But let me tell you something. Avoiding conflict is costing you your life. Every time you stay silent, when you should speak, you lose. Every time you say yes, when you want to say no, you lose. You lose every time you tolerate disrespect, you lose. And slowly, that loss adds up. Until one day, you don't even recognize yourself anymore. You feel weak. You feel stuck. You feel powerless. But here's the truth. You're not weak. You're just undisciplined. Undisciplined in protecting yourself. Undisciplined in setting boundaries, undisciplined in choosing your own peace, and discipline, that's something you can build. Starting today, starting now. Because this version of you, the one who says yes to everything, the one who tolerates disrespect, the one who keeps getting hurt, that version has to go, not slowly, immediately. Because your future depends on it. Your growth depends on it. Your growth depends on it. Your peace depends on it. So make a decision. Right now, no more over-giving, no more over-explaining, no more over-tolerating. From this moment forward, you choose yourself, not selfishly, but powerfully. Because choosing yourself is not wrong, it's necessary. Suof is not wrong, it's necessary. And once you understand that, everything changes. Your mindset, your confidence, your life. Because now you're not the one being used. You're the one in control. And control, that's power. Never forget that. Now, let's get real. Because you need to understand something. People don't just use you randomly. They use you because you make it easy. Yeah, that's the truth. It's not always their fault. Sometimes it's yours. Because every time someone crossed the line, you stayed silent. Every time someone disrespected you, you ignored it. Every time someone took advantage of your kindness, you let it go. And what does that teach them? That it's okay. That they can keep doing it. That there are no consequences. So they continue. Not because they're confused, but because you trained them that way. Let that sink in. People treat you based on what you allow. Not what you say. Not what you think. Not what you think, but what you tolerate. And you've been tolerating too much disrespect. Too much selfishness, too much fake behavior, all in the name of being a nice. But listen, being nice without boundaries is self-destruction. Because in this world, people test you. They test your limits. They test your patience. They test your standards. They test your standards. And if you don't have any, they'll take everything. Your time, your energy, your peace. And they won't feel bad about it. Why? Because you never made them feel bad about it. You never said no. You never walked away. You never showed them that there are consequences. So they kept going. And now you're here feeling used. But this is where it changes. Because now you're aware. Now you see the pattern. Now you understand the game. And once you understand it, you can't be played the same way again. Because awareness is power. It gives you control. Control over your choices. Control over your reactions. Control over your life. So now you start noticing things. You notice who only calls when they need something. You notice who disappears when you need them. You notice who respects your time and who wastes it. You notice who supports you and who only benefits from you. And once you see it, you can't ignore it. You can't go back to being blind. So you make a decision. You stop overgiving. You stop saying yes to everything. You stop trying to fix everyone. Because that's not your job. You're not here to save people. You're here to build yourself, to grow, to improve, to become stronger. And that requires energy. Energy you've been wasting on people who don't deserve it. But not anymore. Now you protect it. Like it's valuable. Like it's valuable. Because it is. Your energy is your life. Where you invest it determines your future. So you become selective. Because now you've built standards. Standards for how people treat you. Standards for how you spend your time. Standards for what you accept. And if something doesn't match those standards, you walk away. Without emotion. Without explanation. Without guilt. Without guilt. Without guilt. Because now, you understand something most people don't. You don't need everyone. You don't need validation. You don't need approval. All you need is yourself, your discipline, your mindset, your direction. And once you have that, you become unstoppable. Because now your happiness doesn't depend on others. Your peace doesn't depend on others. Your confidence doesn't depend on others. It comes from within, and that's real power. Because external things can be taken away. People can leave. Situations can change. But what's inside you, that stays. That grows you into something stronger. And now you're building that. You're building that every single day quietly, without noise, without attention, without distractions, just focus, just growth, just evolution. And slowly, your life starts to reflect that change. You make better decisions. You choose better people. You avoid unnecessary drama. You protect your energy because now you understand its value. And that changes everything. Because before you were reacting to life. Now you're controlling it. Before people had access to you, now access is limited. Before you were giving everything away. Now you invest wisely, and that shift, that's what separates you. That's what makes you different. That's what makes you powerful, because now you're not living for others. You're living with purpose. And purpose, that gives your life direction. It gives your actions meaning. It gives your mindset strength. And once you find that, you don't go back. You don't return to your old self. You don't tolerate what you used to tolerate. You don't accept what you used to accept. Because you've seen better, you've become better. And that's the identity shift. From being too nice to being in control. From being used to being respected. From being weak to being disciplined. And trust me, once you reach this level, there's no going back. Only forward. Only higher. Only stronger. Because now, you are becoming someone new. Someone who can't be used. Someone who can't be controlled. Someone who knows their worth and protects it at all costs. Now it's time to act. Because understanding is not enough. Awareness is not enough. If nothing changes in your actions, nothing changes in your life. Simple, so now you stop thinking and you start doing. And the first thing you do, you learn to say no. You learn to say no. You have that small word, a no. Simple, short, but powerful. Because that's the word you've been avoiding your whole life. You said yes when you wanted to say no. You agreed when you felt uncomfortable. You showed up when you were exhausted. Why? Because you didn't want to disappoint people. Because you didn't want conflict. Because you wanted to be liked. But look where that got you. Drained, used, frustrated. So now, things change. Now, you say no. You say no without guilt, without over-explaining, without fear. Because you understand something now. Every time you say yes to others when you should say no, you are saying no to yourself, your time, your energy, your peace. And that's too expensive. You can't afford that anymore. So you become direct, clear, respectful, but firm. Because saying no doesn't make you rude. It makes you real. It shows people that you yourself, and people respect that. Maybe not at first. Maybe some will get upset. Maybe some will distance themselves. But that's okay, because those people were benefiting from your weakness, not respecting your strength. And once you remove that weakness, they lose access, not your loss. That's clarity. So don't feel bad. Don't apologize for protecting yourself. Don't explain yourself to people who never tried to understand you. Just say no, then move on, because your time is limited. Your energy is valuable. Your energy is valuable, and your life is your responsibility, not theirs. Now boundaries are not just about saying no more. They're about actions, because people don't take your words seriously until they see your actions. You can say, I don't like this all day, but if you keep accepting it, nothing changes. So now you follow your words with action. If someone disrespects you, you distance yourself. If someone wastes your time, you stop giving it. If someone keeps crossing the line, you remove them. Simple. No drama, no arguments. Just action. Because action is what creates respect. And respect, that's what you've been missing. Not love, not attention. Respect. Because without respect, nothing works. Not relationships, not friendships, not anything. So you demand it. So you demand it. Not by words, but by standards, because standards define your life. What you accept becomes your reality. So raise your standards higher. No more excuses. No more second chances for the same behavior. No more tolerance for disrespect. Because every time you accept less, you teach people that you're worth less. And that ends now. From this moment forward, you operate differently. You don't chase, you attract. You don't beg. You decide. You don't tolerate. You eliminate, because your life is not a place for everyone. It's a place for the right people. And if someone doesn't align, they go without hesitation, without emotion, without regret. Because you understand now, peace is more important than people. Say that again. Peace is more important than people, because the wrong people will destroy your peace. They will drain you. They will drain you. They will distract you. They will slow you down, and you don't have time for that. You have goals. You have purpose. You have a life to build, and that requires focus, not chaos. So you protect it with boundaries, strong ones, unbreakable ones. Because once people see that you don't tolerate nonsense anymore, they change or they leave. Either way, you win. Because now you're in control. Now you decide who stays. Now you decide what you accept. Now you decide how your life looks. And that power, that control, that freedom, that's what you've been missing. Not people, not approval, not approval. Control. And now you have it. So use it. Protect it. Never give it away again. Now you've built boundaries. You've learned to say no. You've taken control. But this is where you level up. Because boundaries alone are not enough. You need discipline. Because without discipline, you'll go back. Back to old habits. Back to old patterns. Back to the version of you that accepted less. And that version is gone. So now you build something new. A high-value version of yourself. Not loud. Not fake, real, built on discipline, built on standards, built on self-respect. Because self-respect is everything. The way you treat yourself teaches others how to treat you. If you tolerate disrespect, you attract disrespect. You accept less, you receive less. You receive less. But when you raise your standards, everything changes. People see it. People feel it. People respect it. Not because you asked them to, but because you showed them. Through your actions, through your discipline, creates identity. It shapes who you are. Every time you choose yourself, you become stronger. Every time you say no to nonsense, you become sharper. Every time you stay focused, you become dangerous. Dangerous in a good way. Because now, you can't be controlled. You can't be manipulated. You can't be used. Why? Because you're disciplined. You don't act on emotions. You act on principles. And that's rare. Because most people, they react. They get emotional. They make decisions based on feelings. They lose control. But you stay calm. You stay focused. You stay in control. Even when it's hard, you stay in control. Even when it's hard, even when it hurts. Because you understand something powerful. Short-term emotions destroy long-term success. So you don't chase comfort. You chase growth. You don't choose easy. You choose right. And that builds something inside you. Confidence. Hide you. Not fake confidence. Real confidence. The kind that doesn't need approval. The kind that doesn't need attention. Because it comes from within. From your actions. From your discipline. From your consistency. And once you build that, you become high value. Not because of money, not because of status, but because of who you are, your mindset, your standards, your presence. Because high value people don't beg, they don't chase, they don't settle, they choose, they decide. They walk away from anything that doesn't align, and that's you now. You don't need to prove anything. You don't need to explain yourself. You don't need to convince anyone, because your actions speak for you. And they speak loudly, without words, without noise, without noise, without noise, without effort. Just presence, just energy, just discipline. And people feel that and notice it. They respect it, even the ones who used to disrespect you, especially them, because now they see what they lost. They see your value. They see your growth. They see your change. But now, it's different. Now they don't have access. Because access is earned. And they didn't earn it. So you keep moving, forward, focused, disciplined. Because now, this is bigger than them. This is about your life, your future, your purpose, and nothing is more important than that. So you stay locked in. No distractions, no excuses, no weakness, just growth every single day until you become someone no one can ignore, someone no one can use, someone no one can control. And that's the goal, not to be liked, but to be respected. Because respect lasts longer than attention. Respect builds stronger connections. Respect builds stronger connections. Respect protects your peace. And once you have that, you don't go back. You don't lower your standards. You don't return to your old self because you've seen better. You've become better, and now you live better. With discipline, with clarity, with power, and trust me, this is just the beginning. Because once you become high value, your whole life changes. Your whole life changes. Your circle changes, your mindset changes, your future changes. Everything levels up, and it all started the moment you stopped being too nice. Now, look at yourself. Not the old you, the new you, the one who stopped saying yes to everything. The one who stopped tolerating disrespect, the one who stopped being used. Look at that version of you, stronger, calmer, more focused, more in control. That didn't happen by accident. You built that through pain, through awareness, through discipline, to awareness, through discipline. And now there's no going back. Because once you see the truth, you can't unsee it. Once you know your worth, you can't accept less. Once you take control, you can't be controlled again. And that's who you are now. Not the too nice person. Not the one who gets used. You. Not the one who stays silent out of fear. No, you're different. You're someone who chooses themselves, someone who protects their peace, someone who sets standards and enforces them, and then forces them. And that's powerful, because most people never reach this level. They stay stuck in people pleasing, stuck in fear, stuck in weakness. But you broke out. And now you're building a life on your terms. No more chasing, no more begging, no more overgiving, just clarity, just discipline, just power. And here's the truth. People will notice, they will see the change, they will feel the difference. Some will respect you, some will hate you, some will try to come back, but it doesn't matter, because now you don't react, you decide who gets access, who stays, who goes, and that control, that's freedom. Freedom from fake people, freedom from unnecessary stress, freedom from being used. And once you taste that freedom, you never give it up, ever. So from this moment forward, live differently. Live differently. Think differently. Move differently. Don't go back to your old habits. Don't fall into old patterns. Don't let anyone pull you back to who you used to be. Because you didn't come this far to go back. You came this far to go back. You came this far to level up, to grow, to become unstoppable. And that's exactly what you're going to do. No matter what, no matter who leaves, no matter who doubts you. Because now you don't need anyone to believe in you.